When is the best time to change? I bet you already knew the answer, but just need somebody else to remind you again. Welcome to the day 10 of the 10-day series of how to live your hero's journey. Today is the last day of the 10-day series. Thank you for joining me throughout this journey. I hope you've gained something valuable throughout the 9 episodes so far. Welcome, and my name is Paisite. I've lived through multiple heroes' journey from migrating to a new country that I'd never been before, become registered pharmacist, start up my first startup on a social network that connects people through the love of food, written my first philosophical book, and also a coach. So when is the best time to start, to change? Well, as you know, is today. The thing is, when you want to start something, there's a lot of things that you need to figure out and you get overwhelmed and you never make the first move. In the last episode, we talked about what's the number one reason why people don't start. And today we're going to talk about more of the process of changing. All of us are motivated by different things in life. Either you're motivated by fear or by your vision. For a change to happen, I find that most people are motivated by their pain when you hit rock bottom, when you have nowhere to go, and you raise your hand and say, please help me, I need a change. But we can be proactive as well and be motivated by our vision in order to change. So what you can do is if you're motivated by pain, you can you can reflect on this question. If I don't do anything or change, what my life would be 1 year from now? It's probably going to remain the same. Do you want to live the same life 1 year from now? Go and figure out. And if the answer is no, then you have to make a change. And if you are the type of person that's more motivated by your vision, you can ask yourself, what kind of vision do I want my life to be 1 year from now? And use that as a motivation to change. I'm the type of person always begin with the end in mind. I like to visualize how my life would be when I achieve what I want to achieve. And the clearer that I can visualize it, usually comes true. So for example, when I have a fear of driving before, and I can't even imagine, even in my imagination, to drive, even closing my eyes and to imagine myself driving, it's actually quite a painful experience. And slowly I build up in my mind, slowly, that I can drive before it actually happened in real life. So that's what I mean by imagination. Okay, so now let's talk about how to change. The first thing first, the most important thing is to make a decision. It is so powerful when you make a decision. Do not worry about the details of how you want to change. Just be very clear that you want to change and make a decision. Say, yes, I want to change from today onwards. And it's just decision. When you have such a decision, it makes your mind very focused and you get clear about things, what you want to do and what you don't want to do as well. Just as important to know what you want to do, is also important to know what you don't want to do. And by making a decision, we are clear of the vision that we want to go to and why we want to change. Then we set a path in front of us. First, you have to figure out why, because if you know your why, then you can figure out the how. So make a decision today that you are going to make the change. Second thing is to make a commitment. Without any commitment, trust me, your dream will not become a reality. because you are going to be met with roadblocks along the way, and things are going to get tough, and things get tough, that's when people give up. So you have to be committed to the process. And when I say commitment, you have to write down. So take a piece of paper, your journal, and write down, I'm going to make a change today. Write down the date and when you want the change to happen. It could be 1 year, 2 year, or 3 years, and you have to stick to it. What I usually like to do as well is to write a letter to my future self. So I'll write a letter to my future self 1 year from now, and I'll write how I will be, who I'm going to be with, and what my life is going to be. And I will put that away. And 1 year from now, I'm going to read the letter that I've written for myself and see how far I've come. Because once you set a vision, then everything is just so clear, and that's the way you can make sure that you're going towards the right direction. And third, of course, is to take action. That's the only way. So you may wonder, what action can I take? I don't know where I want to go. Well, as I say, once you make a decision, you can always find out the how. So, for example, if you want to start a business, you can always, there's so many resources that you can find online now on how to start a business. If I want to do a career change, how do I first get to do a career change? So, by knowing where you want to go, then you can always find the resources to support you along the way. So, what are the changes that you want to make 1 year from now? How do you want your life to be 1 year from now? Make sure you put the duration that you're willing to sacrifice and be committed to as well. And until the date that you're committed to doesn't expire, you have to keep on be committed to the process. And that's the most important thing, is to be committed to the process of change. Even if you just take one step, if you're a better person today than yesterday, that's already a success. So P, the big progress, equals to desire over obstacles. So if your desire, that's why you have to know why you want to change. And then that will help you to overcome the obstacles which will come along the way. So once you make a decision, be committed and be consistent and stick to it until your expiration date. Until then, continue every single day. It's a day by day process. And one day you will get there. Trust me. I've been through that many times, and I've achieved many of my goals along the way and all my dreams. And it always starts with the decision to change. So today is already the 10 days. So for myself, I committed myself to the 10 days and I finish it. Whether it works or doesn't work, I feel good that I've kept to my words. And that's what I meant. When you make a commitment and you do it, no matter what the result is, you're going to feel good about yourself. And that's what does matter at the end of the day, is that you feel good when you look in the mirror and staring at yourself and you've done something that you say you're going to do. Thank you for joining me for the 10-day series. I've got a big announcement to make. I'm going to create my very first own podcast on Live Your Hero's Journey. It's going to be about inspiration, practical wisdom, and tools on how to live a life worth writing about, and also about how to live your